This isn't something long or anything like that, but when I was at work today, it's a word, but it's more of like a this is the truth exposure type of situation. I'm playing it down more than it really is, but it's one of those things where it's like this is a woman, this is a man pretending to be a woman. This is a man that was born a man pretending to be a woman. So I was at work today and I was just minding my business. I was listening to something in my headphones, and then I just hear God saying, Anna Keating is a man. And I'm like, Anna Keating? So in my mind, I'm thinking Viola Davis, because when I hear Anna Keating, I remember, How to Get Away with Murder. That's what I'm thinking about. Because I'm like, that's Viola Davis, right? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. But I get home and I Google Anna Keating the same way that he said it. And I find this girl who is a swimmer in America. I'm not sure in what state. But I find this girl and I look through their Instagram page. And instantly, as soon as my eyes just beheld this person, I was like, this is a man. This is what God was sending me to do. And he said, before I even Googled it, as I was still at work, he said, you need to tell the people that this is a man. Whether the people listen or they didn't listen, this is a man. And I need to tell people that this is a man. Plus the library that I've been collecting since finding out that there are people who are actually men but pretending to be women. I have a literal library on my phone, screenshots of this person is this person and this person is not this person in that way. So I'm gonna show you a picture of this one that we found, Anna Keating, the one that the Lord was showing me today. And because we found, as I was going through his Instagram page, I saw another person that is a man pretending to be a woman. And I'm telling you, if you go and scroll down and just look at the physique of these people, it is like Simone Biles. It's literally Simone Biles, but in a different form. Like, it's literally just Simone Biles copy paste kind of body build. And if you don't know yet, Simone Biles is a man. Look at the way that person is built. But I can't lie to you that the first time I ever heard Simone Biles' voice was yesterday, and I can see why we all think that that's a girl. I do see it. I understand it. He sounds like a girl. I shouldn't say it. He sounds like a girl. And it makes sense to why we're all confused, but we're not confused anymore because now you know the truth. Anyways, this is Anna Keating. This is the person that God was speaking to me about. I don't know this girl. This girl isn't like extremely famous. Or I can't even say girl because that's not a girl. I don't know him. He's not exactly extremely famous. All I know is that he's a swimmer. That's it. But this picture, this is where I was like, this is not a woman. That's a man. I pray that the Lord will open your eyes. Look at that's a man. That's not Anna Keating. That's Anna Keating. That's also a man. Look at the physique of that person. This is also a man. You can see it in the face. That was the most obvious one. That when I was scrolling down his Instagram, Anna Keating's Instagram, that's the most obvious one that I saw. The other one that I saw was Taylor Momsen, who is Little J from Gossip Girl. If you've watched Gossip Girl, you know Little J. But look at that build. Look at this build. This is a man's build. This is not a woman's build. This is a man's build. And I'm telling you, you've just cut off the face. Like, you literally just cut off the face. You would genuinely think that that's a man. I've got another picture. This is also another picture that I was able to collect of Taylor Momsen as he was at a concert, because he's a singer now. But I watched Gossip Girl and I never saw any signs. To be fair, I was never looking for any signs in my life at that point in time. I thought, men were men and women were women. And when they were not that, they would come out openly and be like, I'm transgender. But no, because Taylor Momsen is actually a man pretending to be a woman from birth. We watched The Grinch. That's The Grinch. What's Cindy Lou? That's Cindy Lou, if you've watched The Grinch. This is Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. I actually didn't know his name until I just Googled it. And then I saw another picture, which I think is really, really crazy, because how is this something that we are so blinded to? Like, how are we this blind that this is a man? The only thing that you could literally just cut the boobs off and just look at the face. That is a man's face. In the same way that what's that Jennifer Aniston's face is aging like dry, ashy, aging milk, and he looks like a man now, but back in Friends, she was like the most prettiest one out of it. That is also a man, Jennifer Aniston. But this is Sarah Jessica. I don't actually know his actual name, but give me a second. Sarah Jessica Parker. Look at that. Looks like Caitlyn Jenner. Looks like Caitlyn Jenner before Caitlyn Jenner. Literally. Another one I have is Naomi Campbell from back in the day before, like, this is Naomi Campbell before, like, she is now. This is back in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. This is Naomi Campbell. Just cover up everything, even the physique, actually. Look at the physique of that person. That is a man. That is a literal man. That's all I can say. And I know this is not the most flattering picture of Naomi Campbell, but this is the one that I saw that this was a man with. And so that's the one I'm going to share. Last one I have is going to be something that I know people are going to be shocked about, and it's going to be like controversial because people love this person so much. I actually don't know her name or his name now, but Alexa Demir. Oh, is it Alexa something? That's a man. That is something that took me a while to accept, but that's a man. We need to understand that there are many, like Megan Fox, who is also a man. Many men that are living as women, one. And two, they're so perfectly disguised and people want to look like them. There's a video that I saw on TikTok I would say like a month and a half back. And this girl was basically just putting up men who she didn't know innocently. She has no idea that those are men. You've got the model. Who's this model that everyone wants to look like, that has the buckle fat? Like, she looks like this. I forgot her name. Bella Hadid. Everyone wants to look like Bella Hadid, but no one knows that Bella Hadid is a man. Everyone wants to look like all these skinny, tall models, but no, like, I was going through the Victoria's Secret show when it happened, like a few weeks back, and I was looking at that and I was saying, they didn't even bother to cover up all the male parts. And I'm thinking, these are men walking the runway. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that they're so beautifully disguised that you would never know. And one of the ones that is so beautifully disguised is Alexa, whatever her last name is, the one that I just showed you from Euphoria. So beautifully disguised. They look like women. They look better than women. Like, they look extremely good. It's scary, actually, because these are people that we, as like Zendaya, we look at these people when we look up to them and we say, I want to look like this person, but we don't know that these people are men. And in that same video that I was talking about, this girl was looking at she put up all of them were men. All of them were men. And she put them all up and she said, look at their eyebrows. Their eyebrows are so nice. This shape that it goes like this and it dips like this. That's a man's eyebrow. And the thing is that we don't know that we're so conditioned to looking at these men because there are so many, not only in the industry but in day-to-day life. And one of those that God just exposed to us was Anna Keating, and that's why he's trying to show us it's not just in the industry, but it's in even people that are not high up. So the point of this is for women specifically, because this is how the image of Eve is so damaged by Satan that we are so insecure, and that's why we're ending up getting all these surgeries, because these people that are having surgeries, the Nicki Minaj and the Kardashians, they're getting surgeries to look like women when they're the one that are creating the women's standards. People that are making up beauty standards for women are actually men, and that's why us as women, we struggle so much with what we want to look like. And that's why we have so many recurring, like, every single season there's a different beauty standard. There's a different kind of like the way that you want to look. One minute you're taking up all the fat out of your like cheeks, the next minute you want to have some cheeks that are like kind of chubby. Like, it's just Satan's way of distorting the image of Eve. And it's the same thing he did with Job. He went up to Job and he said, God, can I just test Job for the vibes? And that is what he did. He went and tested Job for the vibes. And because us as women, especially women that don't know God, we're not centered in God. If you don't know God and you're not centered in God, you're going to struggle so much with your identity and your image, because you are looking to men to look good. All these skinny models, these are men. All these stand like this, shoulders back. That's because the men's shoulders naturally, they have this straightness to them. Anyways, all this information, I learned it first on the Master's Voice Prophecy, but I am a person that likes to go and sit with God and also talk to God about things that shock me. And so I went to talk to God about these things, and slowly he opens things up to me. And that's how I ended up even collecting, because these images I collected it took time, and there's still more. I've got a lot more other libraries, but go and watch the series of the Beautiful Men series, and you'll have more of an understanding, because that's where I began that's how it began for me. Anyways, I hope that God opens your eyes, and I pray that this helped someone somewhere. In Jesus' name, amen.